Hello, in this video, we're going to show you how to use Exclaimer as a signature management system. Exclaimer is a system that automatically adds signatures to any email you're sending outbound from your company email account. It does not matter what device you're using. You could be using your iPhone, your iPad, your macOS computer, your Windows machine, or a web browser to send emails. The signature will always be attached. So in this video, we're going to show you some of the things that you need to do to ensure that the signature management system, Exclaimer, works as expected. To start, I'm going to show you how Exclaimer works on a Windows machine. Here, you will see Outlook, and by the way, this is the new Outlook, and Microsoft will be making this a default Outlook in the upcoming months, and therefore this is the version that I'm showing you. To start, I'm going to write a new email. If you notice, there is no signature here. It automatically gets added after a few seconds, and all of that is done through Exclaimer. I can go ahead and delete the signature, and if you notice, in the middle of the window up here, we have the Exclaimer button. So you just click on that, and if you have many signatures, most likely not, but if you were to have many signatures for different purposes, you can easily come here and change the signatures to, make it whatever you need it to be. In this particular case, we have multiple locations, and so sometimes we want our address to change based on the client that we're dealing with. Okay. So I'm going to set up my default signature which does not contain an address, and I am going to type an email to my knock email. All right, I'm just going to test email. Okay, so as you notice, I didn't really have to do anything. The signature is already there, and it just works, and that's the beauty of Exclaimer. It just works. Now, assuming that you currently have a lot of signatures in place, one of the requirements is that you need to delete any old signatures from your system. We have set up Exclaimer so that it automatically deletes all the signatures, but in the event that it hasn't deleted the signatures yet, you can manually go and delete the signatures. So to do that, when you're writing a new email, you will see the options up above. It says signatures. Click on signatures and then click on signatures again, and that should allow you to see all your current signatures. If you see any signatures here, just go ahead and delete them. Okay. All right, so this is how it works on a Windows machine. Now I'm going to switch to a macOS machine to show you how that works there as well. So on a macOS computer, again, the process is very simple. I'm going to go in and type a new email. The signature should automatically pop up here as well, and that is all because the Exclaimer button is also present here. So if I click on Exclaimer here, if you were to have multiple signatures, as I mentioned before, you should be able to change your signatures based on your needs. Now, most users will only have one signature here, so it doesn't really matter whether or not you're able to access this window because the signature will always be there. Okay. All right. Now, if your signature does not appear here, let's say I am using my iPhone and my signature is not appearing here, then that's okay, because the emails will get applied to the email signature will get applied to the email as you send it. So it's done automatically in the backend. So even though you might be sending an email that does not contain a signature, your client or whoever is receiving the email will see your email with a signature attached to it. if you wanted to see what the email looked like with the signature, you can go into your sent emails folder and you should be able to see your signature there. Okay, so Exclaimer retroactively goes into your sent emails and attaches the signature to any email that you sent that did not include the signature. The company policy says that all emails should include the signature, and so therefore any emails that you send out, even if they were not sent using a signature, they will get a signature automatically attached. Okay, and then this is where um, this is where Exclaimer comes in handy when you're working with Android devices, phones, tablets, and so on and so forth. Before we move into looking into how it looks on an Android phone and an iPhone, we're first going to look at it if you were to use your web browser. Okay, so I'm going to log into Outlook on the web, and if you notice, I'm using a Microsoft Edge here, and Outlook to me looks exactly the same as the Outlook on my Windows computer. Again, Microsoft will be making this the default view for all applications, whether it is on Mac OS, Windows, and the web browser. So it looks pretty much the same. So I'm going to click on new email, and if you notice, the signature gets automatically attached. If I wanted to, I could also go ahead and change the signatures by opening Exclaimer. You can also click here to create a separate window for the email that I'm typing, and here I see Exclaimer. I'm going to click on Exclaimer again, and this gives me the ability to change my emails. So as you can tell, through all different systems, Mac OS, Windows, and the web browser, the experience is exactly the same. All right, we're going to move forward with seeing how we can delete any signatures that I might have on a web browser. Sometimes the signatures from a Windows computer might not have synced to the web browser, and so you have to remove the signature from there as well. Again, you can click on the gear icon in the right top corner here. From here, you're going to navigate to Mail, and there should be a Compose and Reply button right here, and this is where you will see all your signatures. I don't have any signatures in here, so I don't have to delete anything, but if you see any signatures in here, go ahead and delete them as well. For a macOS computer, the process is pretty much the same. You see the button for signatures here, and then you click on manage signatures, and you can go ahead and delete the signatures that you see here as well. Delete. Okay, now we're going to move into looking at how it looks like on an iPhone or in an Android device. On an Android device, I'm going to open Outlook, and Outlook is the application that we recommend everybody to use. Okay, this is the only application that we fully support, and we know this works well on it. Okay, so I'm going to click on Outlook, and I am going to tap into my settings. So click on the house on the left top corner, and that will bring up this settings menu. From here, click on the gear at the bottom. This will bring up the Outlook settings, and from here, click on signatures. You need to make sure that your per account signature is enabled, like toggle that on or off. Make sure that that's on. If you have multiple email accounts, this will allow you to ensure that you customize signatures per account. In this case, we want to customize the email accounts for my knock email. As you can tell, there is nothing in there and all is empty. If there is any signatures anywhere in here, please go ahead and delete them. Okay, that's the first thing we're gonna do on this mobile device. Next, I'm going to type a new email. Again, I'm going to send an email to knock, and as you can tell, the signature got automatically applied, and it looks exactly the same as when we used a Windows machine. Okay, again, this is how you would operate on a Android device. If you're using for example, like a Gmail application to access your or send emails, or you're using some default email application on an iPhone, like the native mail app, the signature will not automatically appear. You will just have to trust the system that if you send an email, it will actually get received with your signature on it. Okay. Okay, so we have an iPhone here. I am going to go ahead and open the Outlook application again, and I'm going to type a new email. If you notice, Outlook application on an iPhone automatically replaced the signature that was currently set up here. Okay, I did not have to do anything, and the signature looks exactly the same as it was on my computer. So just to follow up on that, let me create a new email on my computer. And as you can tell, the signature looks pretty much the same. Now, take into account that the way Apple and Android and Windows and macOS um, do signatures can differ a little bit. So sometimes your signature may not look exactly the same, like your font might be a little bit thicker or thinner, or it might look a little bit bigger. But as you can tell, the signature roughly looks pretty much the same. Okay, so that's how it works on a on a on an iPhone. So to start, if you had a signature previously, make sure that you delete the signature if it is there already. So again, to start, we're going to click on next to inbox or your drafts. In this particular case, I'm just going to click next to inbox, click on my avatar, and then I'm going to click on the gear. From here, I'm going to click on signature, and I'm going to delete anything that's in there. Again, Exclaimer will automatically delete any signature that's already here. So even if you had something in here, it will get automatically replaced. So just to test that out again, I'm going to go ahead and create a new email. I see get Outlook for iOS there already. And in a little bit, again, it's gone because it got replaced by my actual signature. Okay, so just to be on the safe side, go ahead, click on the gear, click on signatures, and delete the signature. Make sure that this is empty. Okay, now this is using the Outlook application for iOS. I know a lot of users use or like using the Mail app on their iPhones, so I'm going to type the Mail app right here as well. Again, Exclaimer doesn't fully support the Mail app, or really a lot of applications don't really support the Mail app because it's a very closed system. So if I were to send this email to Knock, for example, um, you will notice that the signature doesn't apply automatically. And the reason for that is because the Exclaimer system doesn't work well with the Mail app. But once the user receives it, um, then that once the user receives it, then you'll notice that the signature gets sent. So in the meantime, I'm going to send this email and we'll go back to it later. Okay. So we just say change the subject to testing and send. All right. If you notice as well, when I click on new email, I get this signature automatically that says sent from iPhone. Please go ahead and delete that. In order for you to delete that, you need to click on settings or open the settings app, scroll all the way down until you find mail. From mail, you're going to scroll down until you find signature and delete it from here. Okay, you're going to delete that and then go back to the mail app. Now, whenever you type a new email, the signature will be gone. Okay. All right, now we're going to go back to my Windows computer and search for that test email that we sent. So going to back to my inbox, and there you go. Here's the email that we sent from our iPhone, and to test, it says sent from iPhone. And you will notice that the signature is already there, and it looks exactly the same as it did everywhere else. Now, to test, we're also going to reply to this email. And if you notice, a new signature got automatically attached as well. So that means that even though your signature is already present in a previous email, it will also get reapplied automatically in any subsequent emails that you send. All right, so that concludes this particular tutorial. If you have any questions, feel free to send an email to servicedesk@dagtech.com, and we'll be happy to assist you with answering any questions or concerns that you might have. Thank you.